Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so back in the hardcore for today. Kind of looking at where we left off here. Daytime, got some decent supplies on us. Go ahead and put that back. Probably don't need any of this right now. Okay. Alright. So today I think we're going to snag this bed. Probably put it over here. Today we are going to go check out that mine shaft down there. See if we can find anything cool. Before we go, I think we will get some cobblestone, make a few more pickaxes, since it is sitting down in that, I see you. Sitting down in that, what are those called? The mesa biome. I'm not sure what level I'd have to go to get cobblestone, so I figured we'd just mine up like 32 real quick. Get a good half a stack on us before we get going. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Try to walk out of there with some full iron. Hopefully. That'd be nice. Alright. So, because, still no armor. Just a couple basic tools. Got some stuff to make torches and crafting tables and grab the bed. I don't trust you guys. So, we're just gonna head that way. I figured 30 bread should last a little bit. Probably turn around when we get to 10. If we're there that long. Now it also occurs to me that I haven't completely checked out the entire village, but we can do that later. It doesn't seem as important. So I guess we'll just go around this way. So, but yeah, while we were running around, I figured talk a little bit about what I've done. So that way you guys can get to know me a bit better, and maybe I can be a bit more real. So, I am in my second year of college. Right, here we go. I think, wasn't there a better entrance? Yeah, okay. So I am in my second year of college. I'm just at a community college, chilling there. It's been fun. It's been interesting for sure. And I've been working part-time for, oh gosh, how long has it been? 2.5 years. Well, hey, that's a pretty good source of iron. Cool. Yeah, so I've worked at a restaurant. I was dishwasher for a while until I got a little tired of that, and I went, hey, can I cook instead? And they went, sure, we could use a cook. And so I transitioned out of the dish pit and over to the line. And I've been working there since. It's definitely had its pros and cons. Some days feel more like cons than pros, gonna be honest with you. Um, but it is an interesting job with a lot of very, very interesting people. Oh, wow. Just right here at the surface, huh? That's kind of insane. Wow. I should make a sword. How long do these take to punch? That was kind of ridiculous. Okay. Well, let's make a sword then. Because I don't want to do that again. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Try to keep anything from spawning on us. Try not to die day 2, you know what I mean? Did that once, I don't want to do it again. Okay, so let's make a stone sword. An iron pick. And 2 more stone picks. That should last us a while. Okay. Let's move that. Do something like that. Step down here. So yeah, I've been working in Dish Pit for, worked there for a year, year and a half. There was a good period of time when I was cooking some days and then washing dishes a different day. Being a dishwasher is kind of an interesting job because you're basically the most important person in a restaurant. And I know that sounds a little odd to say, what? You're just washing dishes. How can you be that important? But what it comes down to is you're being relied on by the entire kitchen. Well, by the kitchen, the restaurant. The servers need you to do good because they need supplies. They need someone who can get them stuff clean. That way, their customers are happy. When their customers are happy, they tip better. So, oh, that's not bad either. So they're looking at that. What the heck? Huh. I'm gonna screenshot that. We're gonna make a post of that later because that's kind of interesting. Okay. Oh, there we go. Huh. Very interesting. Did I put enough torches back here? I put 1. Let's go ahead and just make it 4. I got the coal to spare. I think it'll be alright. So, but yeah, so you're kind of a pretty important person as the dishwasher, but that also kind of means everyone's in charge of you, which is where things can get rather obnoxious. Servers are bossing you around to, ooh, ooh, that hurt. Ooh, fire bad, fire bad. Um, the servers are bossing you around to get clean dishes. They want silverware. They're trying to get their side work done at the end of the night, stuff like that. Cooks are bossing you around because they need clean dishes to plate on. They want some of their utensils back. Half the time, if they'd stop throwing them on the ground, that would really help. But yeah, so kind of put in a pretty interesting position as a dishwasher. And so, like, my first day, I was looking for a summer job. Uh, I believe it was the summer of my junior year when I started working there. I had worked some other jobs before, and maybe that'll be a story for another day. But I had been looking at different restaurants in town, and I had found this bar and grill, one that I'd eaten at before, and it was pretty good. Um, and went, well, you know what? I'm sure I can get a job there. And I was interested in possibly going to culinary school. And so I wanted to, check it out and see, do I really feel like I would be able to work in a kitchen for the rest of my life? And I went, well, what better way to find out than to, just do it? So I went in. So this was a couple years ago. So it was the summer of 2020, which is kind of the odd part of trying to find a job because most people were hiring, but they couldn't hire very much, or there was all sorts of issues going on. So I was going around. I went to a couple different restaurants and trying to find out where I could go, and I asked the local pizza joint, and they had me submit an online application. I was like, oh, that'll be cool. It'll be fun. Or get a pizzeria. That'll be cool. And so I submit that application, and like a week later, I still hadn't heard anything. And I was like, oh, huh, maybe they just don't need anyone right now. And so I just kind of brushed it off. And there's a barbecue place here. And so I went and I asked, hey, are you guys hiring? And one of the servers goes, well, I don't know if we're hiring, but I can take your name and number to give to the manager. And I didn't hear back from them, so I moved on and I went to the bar and grill, and they got back to me within a couple days and said, yeah, we are looking for a host, a busser, and a dishwasher. So I had a really quick interview on the phone and went in next week for my first day. And so met a wide variety of characters. Wow, that really goes down there, doesn't it? Huh. Let's put one there. And went in. The manager who I was on the phone with was like, "Hey, so I'm gonna our the person that was supposed to train me, I think had called in sick. It's been a while since I've told the story, let alone heard the other side of it. So I'm pretty sure they had called in sick, and so the manager was gonna train me on dishes, but they didn't have a lot of time to do so. So I got a good like 20 minutes of training in. Said, all right, this is how to use the dish machine. Here's the sinks. It's a little three compartment sink. Uh, each compartment's like twice the size of your normal kitchen sink. And I was told, if you have any questions, ask one of the cooks. And the manager kind of went off to do their job, and I just started getting to work on mine. Uh, it was quite the learning process, I gotta say, but it was a very interesting job. Uh, you had to learn pretty quick. So, well, I think I have gone through most of this mine shaft now. Got a couple good things, but nothing great. Let's see if up here's a different segment. Oh, it appears to be. Okay, cool. So yeah, went around. Oh, this could be dangerous. Skeletons. I don't have a shield. I need more iron. Okay. Yeah, so I started working there, and oh, there was a lot of. What's a good story to tell from there? Uh, well, it was definitely got interesting with the rollout of. Oh, okay, here. Let's start here. So, a couple months after I had started, uh, I believe school was just about to start. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Okay. So I believe school was just about to start. So call it mid August. And uh, I walked into work one night, and the boss comes over and says, "Hey, you're going to be training a new dishwasher tonight." I said, "What? But I don't know how to do this job yet." And so I was told, "Nah, it'll be fine. You'll be great. Just tell them exactly what you do, and it'll be fine." I was like, are you sure? I'm not trusting me to do this. How are you trusting me to do this right now? That doesn't make any sense." And went from there. Like an hour later or so, I had met my first trainee, and was like, "Okay, hi. Uh, I wash dishes. Um, everyone's gonna tell you what you need to do as they need it done, and it gets annoying. Um, this is where the dishes go." It was, I was a very awkward person. I'm still kind of an awkward person. I cannot talk to strangers very well. Been working on it. Well, hey, that's part of what this is for, is to be able to learn to speak better, or to make myself speak better, more clear, more fluid. So I was all thrown off. I'm training someone. I don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what I'm doing. There's a creeper down there. It doesn't know what it's doing. You could stay over there, though. I don't want to blow up. I don't have any iron yet. This does not look like a good direction for iron either, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, these cave generations, they're kind of cool, but they're also kind of a mess. But yeah, so I'm training this person, and going back and forth, and eventually she got trained up well enough to where she was running dishes back there. I mainly worked the weekends, so it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Since school had come back, I didn't want to work during the week, and so working weekends and Fridays, I got moved from the dish pit over to hosting, which would be greeting people as they come in, taking them to a seat, getting the server organized, go over to them. Occasionally, I'd get them drinks, I'd help the to go person take care of their to go orders, stuff like that. So, it was a bit less, there was a bit more to do than when I was a busser, but it was a bit less demanding because there was less people asking me to do things at once. And so I'd gotten used to that, and then mask mandates roll out. And so I had to start enforcing people wearing their masks, or else the restaurant could be fined. And the fines were not cheap. They were not something to joke about. It was insane. And so we'd get people coming in, and I would have to go, "Hey, thank you for joining us tonight. Uh, I will bring you to your seat. A couple of members of your party don't have masks. If you'd be able to get some, that'd be great. I'm not allowed to seat you without them." Stuff like that. And most of the time I got it, "Oh, yeah, no, for sure. We'll go get some from the car." Or, "Oh, I don't have any masks." And I was like, "Well, if you can find someone come back. They said, maybe we just won't eat here tonight. I was like, okay, well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Try to be polite, try to be respectful, try to be as nice as possible because I didn't know if I could handle someone yelling at me. Until the day that someone decided to try to yell at me. And that poor soul was really, really peeved that. Oh, ooh, this isn't. Huh, I don't know what this is, but I do need to sleep before the mobs get too bad. But yeah, so this group of kids came in to start. Alright? It was Fridays, and we hosted karaoke on Fridays, being, the most typical bar in the world. Of course, we're going to have a karaoke night in a small town. It's. And so we had large groups of people coming in for karaoke night. And I was getting them sat best I could, and I had the group of kids come in. I say kids. I mean, we were all under 18, me and them included, but uh, they were younger than I was, so that's kind of my rule of thumb. If they seem younger than I am, they're going to be called kids, and that's just how that works in my head. So, anyways, they come in and wanted a seat, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that for you guys. Do you guys have any masks to put on?" Because there was 7 of them, I believe, on this night. Now they've been in before with varying sizes of party. They're just a big group of high school kids who had come in for karaoke night. And so they would come in and they'd come in and they would never have masks. It was a repeated thing, and they would always be like, "Well, we just won't eat here today," and then come back 15 minutes later with masks. And so they would come in the second time and it was like, great to see you again. And you all have masks. Here, I'll take you to your seat. And I'd bring them to a table, get them going. Well, a couple hours later, some of their parents decide to show up. And it was a group of moms, primarily, and then there was a couple dads. Well, one of the dads didn't have a mask. And I was like, "Sir, I'm afraid I can't seat you without a mask. It's the state mask mandates." And he's like, "Well, that's ridiculous." And I was like, "Sir, there's nothing I can really do about it. The state's gonna fine us if anyone happens to walk in or if someone reports us. If you could get a mask." And the woman I presume to be his wife is like, "Oh, honey, I think there's one out in the car." And he goes, "No, I'm not gonna stand for this." And starts making a big fuss out of it. And I'm like, "Sir, I don't have any masks here I can give you. We tried doing that and we would run out so quickly we can't keep them stocked here." And so he starts yelling about the masks, and I was like, "Sir, I can go get my manager, but they're not going to be able to help you any more than I am." And so he starts yelling over at the group of kids at the table. And he's yelling and yelling and yelling, and one of them finally walks over, and he's like, "What?" And he goes, "Give me your damn mask to this nor..." Okay, I'm not sure how much I really want to be cussing on this channel, but let's just say he didn't have some very friendly words to use. And he's like, "So this guy here," insert a very insulting phrase, "can get me a damn seat," and started going off. And so the kid gave him his mask, and I went, "Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with this today." And the kid grabs his mask back, and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "You go sit back down. And I looked back at the parents. I'm like, you're going to have to wait here. I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to get my manager. And so the dad starts causing a ruckus again, just yelling and hollering. I go get my manager, and she walks over, very, very annoyed by this situation, as was I. She's like, "Sir, do you mind leaving or coming back with your own mask? Because unless you feel like paying the oh my god." Shh, it didn't see us. Shh, they'll never know. He's back. Nope, 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 nope. Not even close. All right. Nope, didn't panic at all. Yes, no panic at all. I everything is perfectly under control. Where did that guy come from? I wonder if he was just back here and he had just wandered his way over to the bridge and just so happened to walk back this way. Oh my. All right. Well, that was fun. Okay. And so my manager came over and basically told him to piss off in the nicest, most business professional way I have ever seen. Honestly, props to my manager for that one. That was really fun to watch. But yeah, so those are the kind of things I got to deal with as a host. I can't remember a lot of stories from when I did dishes. I don't know if that's just because the trauma was too much, I've just completely repressed the memories, or if it was just obnoxious enough, I don't remember any good stories. But when I became a cook, things got a lot more interesting real quick. Because, oh, there's nothing like getting 400-degree oil splashed up your nose and across your arms. And since most cooks have tattoos, getting their tattoos ruined and the ink running. What are you doing back here, bud? You're not supposed to be here. I don't think that's your mine shaft. But yeah, so that was some of the things I had to deal with, and unfortunately, stories like that was one of the worst case scenarios, but that wasn't a one time event. Shit like that happened all the time. And it's. I am completely lost, aren't I? Because this is the same dead end as earlier. I think I've walked this way 3 times now, thinking I was finding the exit. Welp. We're gonna try this way. What was this way? Dead end. Is this just a dead end? Oh, there is a little up here. And dead end. Okay. But yeah, so I kept working there through all the different things, and eventually when I turned 18, I was like, hey, I don't want to do dishes. And I didn't feel like dealing with more customers since I had had my fair share of that as a host. So I went cook. That seems right for me. I get to stay in the back listening to music, get to deal with sharp, pointy things and very hot pieces of flame. And yeah, I was like, yep, that seems like a good fit. I am good with that. let's catch things on fire. And so that's kind of how I became a cook. And that was my main job for a while, working there. And I mean, the fun thing about being a cook is, or especially at a restaurant like that, the menu has a decent variety on it, which has its pros and cons for a restaurant. Uh, a wider menu allows you to serve more guests, but it also means that the overall quality of everything on the menu isn't as good as it could be. I have never seen a tree like this before. In Minecraft, I haven't seen an oak tree just branch off like that. Huh. Huh. You get a torch. Hmm. Oh god, I just ADHD'd my way out of that story. I can't remember where we're at. Uh-oh. Sleep. Sleep helps. But yeah, so I've worked there and been cooking food, all that crazy nonsense. Now we're back home sweet home with 11 iron, 29 gold. I'm not counting the copper. I just grabbed it for maybe make a spyglass later. But let's go ahead and get this iron going. Might as well make 2 furnaces while we're at it. We did get a good amount of coal, so that's good. Maybe just take out these back 2. I'm going to put the furnaces down on the floor. And take. Go ahead, put the iron in 1. Grab this raw beef to throw in there. Alright, so where does that put us for today? So we didn't expand the house like I wanted to, but we got 11 iron, a couple minecart chests, a bunch of rails. I can always go back for more rails. We got a good amount of string. I guess we can make a bow and arrow. That would be helpful. Yep. Let's see. A bow was stick and string. Yay! And I got feathers, stick, and I need a singular piece of gravel. What? Did I seriously just do that first try? Like, I don't think I could have done that any better if I tried. First try. Let's not look into my shoes. This gravel right here turned into flint, right as I asked it to. You are the chosen gravel. The chosen gravel. Flint. Okay, alright. Alright. Let's make some arrows. Just enough to shoot the next creeper that wanders up behind me while I'm trying to tell a story. I about fell back out of my chair. That was... Whew, that was a close one. Okay, that's it. Where'd he go? You, my friend, have had it too good for too long. I'm gonna step over here. Oh, I don't trust it. Oh don't like how he can get up on blocks. Is he trying to go? What are your secrets? What are you hiding? What have you neglected to tell this world? I think I have to stop hardcore for a little while. I think I'm gonna need a new series. Oh, I could have just let it be. Just let him be. Oh, God. I could have just not died. I had a close call with a creeper. I had a zombie catch me on fire. I almost fell to death. But nope, what killed me? Greed. I didn't even make armor yet. Well, I guess that'll do it for today, guys. I wish I could have left this off at a better note. I guess we'll spectate the world for a second. See, my iron was even done, and the beef was done. You are unnecessarily overpowered. You are the bane of my existence. The bane of my existence. Well, I guess there was one thing I truly wanted to know. Is there a desert temple over here? Looks like the answer to that is no. There is no desert temple over here. At least not within the loadable chunks of where I died. Oh my god, what is with me in 2 episodes? Is that going to be a recurring thing now? I'll just never be able to make a series more than 2 episodes? Because it's not off to a good start. It's not. This is some nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. Well, I guess we're stopping there. I will see you guys next week with a non-hardcore series. Been talking with some people, and we're looking at maybe doing a creative building challenge. So, if you have any ideas for those, I got some already, but if you want to leave those in the comment below, don't forget to like, subscribe if you can, and I will check back with you next time. Alright, thanks for joining in to another episode of Ashart's Fails Hardcore. Every time. Alright, peace.